group is the competitive energy. From day one, this group has just had a different feel about it, competing, one through however many players we got, 15, 13. Everybody's coming in each and every day just looking forward to not only being there, but just trying to win every drill, and I believe that's the biggest difference.
Where do you think that comes from?
I would just say it comes from where everybody has been. Everybody has came from a different place, with all the new faces, and everybody has a chip on their shoulder. And we want, to make a difference this year.
Do you feel like you guys have been working and improving over the course of time, but do you feel like this year's the year where it'll really show up in the standings, like in the win-loss column, like all the work you guys have done?
And better. That's it. Better.
What you seen from Nike so far? I mean, last year he had to kind of just sit there and watch you guys as he recovered. How have you seen him grow from his recovery phase to, working out with you guys now?
Yeah, Nike's a tremendous person and player. When he tore his ACL, he was down and out, but I've just seen his spirit, throughout the whole process. He's always been, locked in on the task at hand, and that's helping his team win. And I would say he hasn't lost a step. He's even more explosive, which is surprising, because he's not even a year removed. So I would say he's better than ever. And he's just, bringing that competitive energy each and every day because, when you miss a year, even more hungry. And I feel like we got even hungrier Nike.
Marius, we just met Greg. What does he bring to your group and that confidence and energy especially?
Yeah, like you mentioned, he has confidence and energy. He's played at a Power 5 level, but just his ability to shoot, his IQ, he's going to be at the right place at the right time, and he's locked and loaded, ready to shoot. And I've seen that from the day he's been here. So just excited to be on the floor with him.
Is this a more talented roster, just pure basketball ability?
It is.
Greg told us that he identified you as the kind of the leader right now. He said that there's a collective there.
Mm-hmm.
He said whenever he needed something, you were there, whether it was basketball or campus stuff. Did you charge yourself with that role? You were kind of leader. You were the leader last year. You had a game-winning shot and everything. But have you charged yourself even more so with that role, kind of carrying that flag for the team?
Yeah, I feel like my role hasn't changed. I'm still that vocal guy, competitive guy, eager to win. We just got a new group. The biggest thing for me is, we just have a group that collectively has that spirit. I feel like we all have that chip on our shoulders and want to win. So I'm just excited to be here.
With that experience and with that leadership role that you carry, the label that you carry, anything that you impart to the newcomers?
Yeah, for me, I just like to empower everybody to be themselves, to be confident, and to be aggressive and hungry. I feel like, when you have those characteristics that, you can be a successful team. So for me, it's just empowering everybody to be the best versions of themselves. I believe we won't win this year unless it's a collective unit and everybody's pulling in the same direction.
I know it's early in their careers, but what are your impressions on Guillermo and Jorge?
Just tremendous workers. They're here early, 6 a.m., whatever the case may be with Coach Tio, just putting in the work. They're listeners. They love this game, and I can see that, So for me, I would just empower them to keep going and continue to have confidence regardless of what happens.
Last year, you guys knew you had to win a lot of games by being gritty, by being tough, by being defensive. This year, you guys have added a lot of shooting talent. How have you talked about finding that new identity that you guys are going to be able to go into the ACC with this year?
Yeah, we have new talent, but to be one of the best teams, you got to be consistent with what you just said, and that's being defensive minded each and every night, because defense travels, especially on the road. Being hungry, still having that, grit to you, to where you want to drag other teams into the mud and make them play our style of basketball. And if we all can do that, I feel like we'll have a different, standing this year.
You played on winning teams, on losing teams in the past, at the mid-major and the high-major level. After last season, how is that motivating you for this year?
I'm just even hungrier. I don't want to have another year of losing. So, with this being my last year, I want to go out on top. And that's just everybody's mindset in this locker room, is to make this year the best year.
What was your personal goal in the offseason? Do you feel like you hit that?
Oh yeah, for me definitely. For me, it's started with my health. You know, had a surgery going into last year, so for me, it's just staying on top of my health and continue to work on my game.
Jamarius, you played a fair amount at the one last year when the backcourt had its issues. This year, you bring in Cummins, Dior. You could possibly play more off ball this year. Do you expect sort of a different role completely compared to last year, or there still be things that you're going to be set to do when it comes to your spot in the offense?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I feel like the biggest part about me is my versatility. So it just depends on how the game is going. Like I can go to the one all the way down to the three. So for me, it's just about, you know, what position puts our team in the best position to win, and it doesn't matter what position I'm at, to be honest.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, thank